Hey, good evening, everybody. It is Dave McKenzie, and my partner Scott Hudson is on assignment tonight. So I brought in a special guest with me this evening. He joined us on the game last night during a halftime show. Senior quarterback of the football team heading to Lindenwood, Belleville. The Lynx, Christian Rollinson. I'd sent you a text, said, hey, what are you doing tonight? Do you want to be on the game with me? You said sure, and made the trip up. Thank you for doing that.
Yes, sir. It was great to be here. I mean, happy to see a good ball game here, Sparta, Carterville. I mean, never really been to this gym before. I think it'll be a fun time.
It is going to be a fun time. And unfortunately, both of these teams are at the bottom of the river-to-river conference on the Mississippi side. Carterville comes in with one conference win on the year, 1-7, yes. And Sparta 0-8 on the year in the conference, but just one conference game left for the Carterville Lions, and that's coming up against the Pinckneyville Panthers at home this next Friday. So Carterville, one of their 3 wins on the season came against the Sparta Bulldogs team. That was back on January 5th, and Carterville walked away with a 49-28 win. That was back at Carterville High School. This Lions broadcast, it is brought to you by the Bank of Carbondale's Carterville Banking Center. That's where they offer the convenience of mobile banking. You can stay connected and on the go with the Bank of Carbondale's mobile banking app. Learn more. You can visit their website, tboc.com. You were in Nashville last night. Carterville Lions took on the Nashville Hornets and wind up in a 59-34 loss. What really kind of doomed the Lions last night was the fact they only scored 2 points in that first quarter, and that's something that they've had to deal with all season long, and that's not putting points on the board.
Yeah, I mean, I guess one positive to take of the whole thing would be that the one conference win, like you said, is coming from the Bulldogs for the Lions. But that's the biggest thing I look to see is just trying to get more efficient shots up maybe instead of forcing things up and a lot less limiting turnovers.
Absolutely, and that's what's kind of doomed the team all year long. And Scott and I have talked about these Lions all season. They just can't seem to put everything together. They either have a really good offensive game, not a lot of them, but they've had a handful, and they just haven't taken care defensively, or they'll play a nice defensive game and just can't hang points on the board.
Yeah, that's one thing I take from it. I mean, you look at it, some of the games they played, such as AJ at home, they're right there the whole game, but then have a hard time finishing at the end. And that's, I mean, I think that's kind of due not to being in close games. And then when you are in one, it's tough to finish it off. I mean, that's just one thing that's kind of hurt us a little bit. I mean, we're there all the way to the last couple of minutes, and sometimes we just blow it there at the end.
Well, this would be a nice win for either one of these teams here tonight. I know the Lions, they really, really need to get a win, but you can say the same thing for the Sparta Bulldogs. However, the Bulldogs come in, they've won 6 games on the season. They're 6-19. Carterville comes in 3-23. We're going to go on and take our first break on our Bank of Carbondale pregame show. When we return, we'll continue on our talking about the Lions and the Sparta Bulldogs. Christian Rollinson alongside. I'm Dave McKenzie. It's Lions basketball here on NewsRadio WJPF.
The International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers Local 702 represents more than electricians. The IBEW is made up of Southern Illinois linemen, tree trimmers, telephone workers, utility workers, city employees, factory workers, construction workers, and many more. So when you support the IBEW, you're really supporting Southern Illinois. Help make Southern Illinois a brighter place. Put your trust in the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers Local 702, providing a better lifestyle for members and a better life for all.
First Southern Bank, a Southern Illinois-owned bank where local people and local decisions help you with all your financial choices. Our mission at First Southern Bank is simple, to represent community banking at its best. If you're looking for local, personal service, visit them today at any of their 15 locations in Marion, Carbondale, Carterville, El Dorado, Coral Springs, Grand Tower, Carrier Hills, Murfreesboro, Royalton, and Warren. Or visit them on the web at firstsouthernbank.net. First Southern Bank, member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
Hey, you know, people just cannot get enough Polar Whip. Nestler's Polar Whip, Route 148 North in Energy, home of the famous Polar Whip hamburger. You can call ahead, and they'll have your order ready for you to pick up. That's number 988-9210. Remember that. We'll come back to that later. But they've got platters where you can save even more money. They've got hot dogs, barbecues. Did you know they've got the Chief, the Aztec, fried pickles, fried green beans, and tamales. Don't forget about tamales. Here's that number again, 988-9210. They'll have your order ready when you get there.
Back at Sparta High School, Dave McKenzie along with Christian Rawlinson this evening. Scott Hudson on assignment. And away from tonight, we're in Sparta for a river-to-river conference game here against the Sparta Bulldogs. Last night, as we mentioned, it was Carterville on the road at Nashville, a 59-34 win for the Nashville Hornets. And it was Bryson Boltman of the Hornets that paced the Nashville. He winds up with 14 in the game. Carterville was led in scoring by Bryce Anderson, who winds up with 8. And you and I were talking before the game, some of the youngsters that Coach Shane Hawkins has at his disposal. One of the most impressive so far this season. Carterville's dealing with some injuries. With Grant Garby out now, he'll be done. He's done for the rest of the season. You got Dylan Moore that's battling an ankle injury, but Coach Shane Hawkins has gone to the youngsters. The freshmen, Bryce Anderson. You got Connor Hawkins that's on the floor, seeing some time. And what are your thoughts with these freshmen playing ball?
Well, one of the biggest things I've seen is that Connor Hawkins-wise, big-time shooter, always in the corner looking for an open shot. Knocks down the three really well. Probably one of the best on the team here.
He does like to live in that corner.
Exactly. Especially with Dylan Moore out, that he acted as almost that shooter type of role. But, like you said, the injury. So Hawkins has got to step up here. And then even furthermore, Bryce Anderson, the freshman coming in. I really like how he sees the floor, distributes the ball really well, and can as well shoot the three in mid-range anytime he needs it, really.
And I've said to Coach Shane Hawkins, just before the game here tonight, that with Bryce, you can see that he gets better almost every possession, even down the floor, and he does just a nice job on the floor taking care of the ball.
Yeah, and even more on that. He's only a freshman. He's got 3 more years after this one. He's still young, learning, but he's done a great job filling in right when they need him here. Got to find a positive in everything at this point.
That's exactly right. The Carterville Lions head off the floor. The Sparta Bulldogs are in the locker room. They're going through their final pregame instructions from Coach John Norton, and the Lions, of course, from Shane Hawkins, as the Sparta cheerleaders are on the floor. It's Saturday night action. Also, don't forget, weather-wise, if you are out and about tonight, there is that winter weather advisory. You might see a little bit of slight bit of icing, a possibility late tonight, and just be careful. Keep it right here on News Radio WJPF. We'll have all the updates for you as warranted. And if you would like to watch and listen to the game, you can head right over to the YouTube page and just search Carterville Lions at Sparta Bulldogs and watch and listen as Christian and I bring you the contest here from Sparta, Illinois. We're going to go on and take another break. When we come back, we'll continue. It is our Bank of Carbondale's Carterville Banking Center pregame show on News Radio WJPF.
Brings you quick service with over 7 years experience working for you. That offers you competitive rates, so you not only get the experience, you save money as well. And with fast, friendly service means that you don't have to live with that for too long. So for any size plumbing job, residential or commercial, call Fat Outlet Plumbing in Carterville at 985-2021. Online at fatoutletplumbing.com.
Tired of tame restaurants? You'll go wild over the menu with Wild Hog. That's wild with a Y. Route 13 in Greenville, in the Lab Building. You know the one, loudly appealing. You'll go wild over the lunch and dinner deliciousness, including many smoked specialties, linger whole bread for friends and family. There's a kids menu and drink specials every day. Take the Wolf Takeover class for easy access. Your Carterville game ticket gets you 10% off the week following, Tuesdays through Sundays for lunch and dinner. On Facebook, WYLD Lab with a Y.
The Bank of Heron has been serving Southern Illinois since 1937, offering everything from checking and savings accounts to loans and a full-service trust department. With convenient locations and a dedicated professional staff, our outreach and involvement in the communities we serve play a key role in the business we do, proving it's not just a bank, it's a relationship. The Bank of Heron. To find out more, stop in or visit bankofheron.com.
Sparta is where we're at on a Saturday night as we're preparing for river-to-river conference action. And both teams, or the Sparta Bulldogs, the first ones to the floor here. Well, you and I, we talked last night during halftime. And the reason we had you on was the fact that yesterday was a big day for you. You got to sign, and you're going to be playing some football next year up at Lindenwood in Belleville.
Yeah, I'm just really excited to get a chance to play again. I mean, a lot of people don't. I mean, not all of us are SEC caliber players like like a teammate I had. But me and Marcus, I mean, really excited to keep playing. I mean, we really think they'll be able to turn around a program behind this head coach, Coach Turco. And I don't know, it just seems like he has the program going the right way, and I think we'll really succeed there and have a good time, really.
Well, and the fact that mentioned last night that you're close, people can come up and see Belleville play, and if you can tolerate the red turf there at the university, it's a very intimate facility to play in. The crowd is right on top of the sidelines. We can remember that from a couple of playoff games there before. And it's just it is a very cool facility where it's out. How tight the crowd is to you, I think you're going to have a lot of fun up there.
Yeah, it will be great. I mean, the cool thing about this place is, like, not only is it just everything so compact there, it's just like you got your locker room, your training facilities, and everything just right there, the coach's office. So, I mean, it's just all within walking distance. I really found that interesting about the whole thing.
That's really awesome, and excited for you and for Marcus both, and hopefully sometime this week we're going to have a chance to meet up with Marcus and kind of get his thoughts on going up and becoming a Lindenwood Lynx, as it were. The Carterville Lions come out of the locker room. They come into this game with a 3-23 mark. It was back on January 5th of this year that the Lions played Sparta back at Carterville, and the Lions came away with a 49-28 win. The leading scorer for the Lions that night, Grant Garby. He had 15 points, and unfortunately, here a couple of weeks ago, Grant hurt his knee in a contest, and I talked with his dad a little bit earlier this evening. He's done for the season. It's nothing really too major. It was a MCL sprain, but it's unfortunately going to keep him out for the rest of the season. Dylan Moore has been out for a couple of weeks as well, as he sprained an ankle, and I think we'll find out more about Dylan coming up on Monday and see if he'll be able to play. Tuesday night, the Lions are on the road, head to Harrisburg over there. That's going to be a fun environment. Harrisburg's always tough to play.
Yeah, I mean, Harrisburg's got the Isaiah Salisbury, just all-around point guard, really good kid. I mean, they got the Blake Drew. He's really well, too. But they just came off a win last night against Benton, about 7 points. I mean, it'll be a tough game for the Lions, but, I mean, it'll be a fun atmosphere to play in, though.
It sure will. We're going to go on and take another break. When we come back, we're going to have the starting lineups, and we're going to have the tip-off as the Lions prepare to take on the Sparta Bulldogs. Thank you for tuning in on News Radio WJPF.
Listening to Carterville Lions basketball on News Radio 13.
Steve McKenzie along with Christian Rollinson as we're preparing for Carterville Lions basketball here tonight. Scott taking the night off, asked Christian to come in and sit in. Always has been fun to interview, and I can remember the first football game up at Benton, and you were our star of the game after that game, and man, you just took right to it, and just always appreciate you all year whenever we've chatted. You've been fantastic, and thank you for coming in and sitting in tonight. And we'll put your color commentary chops to the test here this evening.
Yes, sir. It'll be a great time. I mean, I think it'll be a competitive game, of course. I mean, we've already beat them once, so I mean, hopefully we can get them again.
Well, you're a sports fan, and so that's what makes it fun. So the Carterville Lions are being introduced here this evening. They're going to go with the same starting lineup that they've had the course of the last couple of weeks. I love the fact that Fidel Campbell gets the start, the 6'1 senior. He brings a lot of spunk to a ball game.
And very good football player. Not a lot of people don't know that, but a very athletic wide receiver as well.
He absolutely is. It'll be Dylan Valerius, the 5'11 senior guard. Justin Johnson, number 5. He leads the Lions in scoring this season. Had an off night last night. He winds up with 5 points, but it'll be Valerius and Johnson. Then you have Connor Henderson, the 6'4 forward for Coach Shane Hawkins. And then how about Austin Garby, the 5'10 sophomore, and Fidel Campbell. So Valerius, Johnson, Henderson, Campbell, and Austin Garby. For the Sparta Bulldogs, I know 3 of their starters. It kind of depends on what kind of defense they're gonna play tonight, but I know that the 3 that definitely will be starting will be number 10, the 5'10 senior, John Williams. Carlos Keene, he wears number 23. He's a sophomore at 5'10", and then Kerry Harris is also a sophomore, 6'2". One thing about Sparta, they're a young team. They only have 4 seniors on this team, and but they will get up and down on the floor. Deion Clark is a 5'6 sophomore. He's getting the start for Coach John Norton, and then have Carlos Keene. This is going to be number 33, Kerry Harris. Those are the first 3 that are introduced, as well as we have a decent crowd here at Sparta this evening. Timberland Lucas, the 5'10 sophomore, is going to be starting. He had 10 points in that first game at Carterville this year, and finally it's going to be number 52, the 6'4 senior. He takes up a lot of space in the paint, and that is Jonah Boston. He had 8 points in that first matchup against Carterville earlier this year. So it's going to be Clark, Williams, that's John Williams, Keene, Harris, and Timberland, Lucas, and Jonah Boston for the Sparta Bulldogs. The cheerleaders from Sparta doing their welcome to the broadcast this evening, and we appreciate you tuning in here on News Radio WJPF. It's brought to you by the Bank of Carbondale's Carterville Banking Center. The Bank of Carbondale is proud to be a locally owned and operated community bank. You can stop by and visit their friendly and professional staff at the Carterville Banking Center, right there at 200 West Plaza Drive in Carterville, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Carterville Lions are on the floor. They are preparing for battle against the Sparta Bulldogs. And don't forget, if you would like to watch and listen to our broadcast, head to YouTube and just punch in Carterville Lions at Sparta Bulldogs, and you can get the radio feed along with the video. We're up in the rafters right by the banners that hang in front of us at Sparta. They've done some renovations in the gym here. They have a new video board over to the left, and just a nice facility. Love being here. Both teams are ready. The officials are ready, and we are set for river-to-river conference action here on News Radio WJPF. The Lions, they control the tip, and we are off and running as Justin Johnson takes it into the front court for the Lions. They work it left side. That is Connor Henderson. Takes it into the paint, kicks out to Valerius. Valerius over to Garby. Garby drives, leaves it for Valerius. Left-hand dribble down the left side, top of the key. Hindu fakes the shot, and he works it left side. Down low, they get it to Campbell. Campbell give and go to Valerius. He misses the bunny, but he gets the putback. Dylan Valerius is on the board. Carterville is on the board. They're up 2-0. And the ball is thrown away, in the backcourt. Sparta turns it over. That's the first turnover of the contest. Carterville has a 2-0 lead here, just underway in Sparta. Carterville basketball, far side. Justin Johnson is going to trigger the inbounds. Dylan Valerius takes the pass, and he is guarded by Dion Clark from the Bulldogs. Gets it to Connor Henderson. Henderson looks inside, brings it right side to Valerius, drops it down to Garby. He leaves it for Verdell Campbell. Back to Garby on the right low block. Has the ball slapped away. He leaves it for Campbell, who fires from about 10 feet, bounces off the rim, no good. Battles for the board. Campbell gets it, but he steps out of bounds. And actually, they're going to say a foul, it looks like. Nope, they're going to say he stepped out of bounds. That was Fidel Campbell. Nice hustle. We talked about Fidel, man. He gets with it, and he gets the hustle, wins on the hustle chart when he's playing.
Yeah, and it just everything's effort with him. I mean, hustling down and back, getting down the floor. Defense really well, too.
So Sparta gets the easy bucket. They get it down low. Nice entry pass to Timberland Lucas, and he's able to turn around and bank that one home. We're all tied at 2 here in the first quarter. Carterville basketball, 2-2. Dylan Valerius, he's picked up defensively by Dion Clark. Leaves it for Connor Henderson with a left-hand dribble, left side. That is Austin Garby. He runs into his defender, Carlos Keene, and leaves it for Dylan Valerius. Now down in the left pocket, that is Garby to Justin Johnson. Justin had an off night last night, only wound up with 5 points. Dylan Valerius drives the lane, and a little right-hand floater is good. He's got all 4 of the Lions' point. But JJ, look for a big night tonight from Justin Johnson. Sparta basketball, as it is Lucas that brings it across the timeline, behind the back dribble, loses the handle, takes it down the paint, leaves it down low to Kerry Harris. He has it, kick out top of the key. The ball is off his foot, and Dylan Valerius slides. I don't know how they don't call a travel on that, but that's another turnover on the Bulldogs. Down low, they get it to Connor Henderson. Nice job by the Lions. And it's 6-2, 5:45 left. Carterville putting pressure in the backcourt on the Sparta Bulldogs. Finally, they're able to break it. Justin Johnson out on the point as Lucas brings it across the timeline. They work it right side to Dion Clark. He has it, puts the shot, gets the ball down to Jonah Boston, and he's able to turn around and bank it home. It's 6-4 Carterville. 5:20 remaining in the first quarter. As Dylan Valerius, he is going to take the ball across midcourt, across the Bulldog logo. At center court, hands it to Connor Henderson. He looks inside, nice backdoor pass to Fidel Campbell. He's able to try to get the shot. It hangs on the back of the rim, but it's put back in by Austin Garby, who gets the rebound. It's 8-4, under 5 to go here in the ball game, and we have a timeout taken by Coach John Norton with 4:56 remaining. It is 8-4 Carterville. You're listening to Lions basketball on News Radio WJPF. 30 here, Brian. 30 here, please.
Exceptional service. I'm Jeff Speed, market executive for Banterra, and we want to be your financial partner. We offer personal service combined with superior products such as digital banking, smart checking options, and competitive lending rates. Banterra is the region's largest locally owned community bank with 25 Southern Illinois branches to serve you. Banterra Bank, proud supporter of high school sports. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Back at Sparta, Dave McKenzie with Christian Rollinson, who's sitting in for Scott Hudson. What's your thoughts so far?
I like what Valerius has done with 4 of the 8 points so far for the Lions. Good to see that. And they've really slowed down the athletic guards of Sparta as well.
So far, early on, they sure have. Carterville has an 8-4 lead here as we're just under 5 minutes to play in the first quarter. Sparta's basketball, though, they're working from right to left in the home white uniforms with the blue lettering. If you're watching online, Carterville forces another turnover. That's 3 now on the Sparta Bulldogs. We have a jump ball. Possession arrow belongs to the Lions. This Lions broadcast is brought to you by the City of Carterville. Mayor Brad Robinson and the entire City of Carterville are proud sponsors and supporters. Carterville Lions Sports. Bulldogs basketball. Justin Johnson out on the point defensively against Lucas. He drives, leaves it down low for Jonah Boston. He takes a walk. I think he traveled with the ball. That is 4 turnovers. I think that's 4 out of 6 possessions. Bulldogs, they've had a turnover.
Yeah, I mean, they really haven't been able to do any offense on the line so far. Good defense.
Carterville up 4, 8-4. Justin Johnson is going to bring the ball across the timeline for Coach Shane Hawkins and the Carterville Lions. Nice defense out front by Kerry Harris, and the ball's tipped out of bounds. They're going to say it's off the Bulldogs. It's going to belong to the Carterville Lions. Last night, Carterville got bit by the turnover bug in the contest. Tonight here early, it's the Sparta Bulldogs that are infected with the turnover virus, as it's 8-4 with 4 turnovers on the Bulldogs. Justin Johnson drives the left baseline, and he's able to battle his way in, misses the shot, tips it around, and the Bulldogs, they throw the ball out of bounds. It's going to belong to the Carterville Lions on the baseline.
Yeah, it's been a pretty sloppy basketball so far.
Truthfully, it really has by both teams. A lot of balls getting slapped around out there. Carterville controls as they bring it into Austin Garby, right wing, top of the key to Johnson. He tries to get the pass down low to Campbell. That's the second turnover now on the Carterville Lions. As Sparta takes it the other way, wide open for 3. That's Lucas who fires and buries it from the top of the key. Timberland Lucas in the first game against Carterville this year, he was the leading scorer for the Bulldogs as he had 10 points, and he's got 5 here in this game so far. As Valerius brings it across the timeline, works it toward the left side. That's Justin Johnson, left wing. Spin move at the left elbow, drives, throws it up, gets the shot, and he gets fouled and is going to go to the line and shoot a couple of free throws for the Lions. The foul is on number 4. That's going to be Dion Clark. That's the first. It's actually the first foul of the game on either team. So JJ, Justin Johnson at the line, shooting 2. First one is on the way, rims out. JJ, I don't know if he's, what, do you get tired at the end of the season? I mean, he's kind of carried the team all year. And
I mean, it's really tough to do what we would expect him to put these points 9 in, 9 out. I mean, it's hard. You get worn out after so long.
I agree. Nice pass down low. As JJ misses the free throw, Sparta takes it the other way. Dion Clark gets the easy bucket. It's 9-8 Bulldogs, 3:09 in the game. We have a whistle and a foul on the far side. It's going to be on Dion Clark. That's his second foul. And he's going to check out. Into the game now is going to be Austin Connors. Austin Connors, I told you last night, been watching football video, and I pulled some audio from the Sparta game. Austin Connors had 2 big touchdowns. Of course, you don't know because you were gone. He's a good athlete. He beat Carterville for a couple of long touchdowns during football season. He's into the game now, putting nice pressure out front on Valerius. Carterville works the ball into the paint, kick out to Henderson. He fires from 18, no good, and the rebound comes off to Lucas of the Bulldogs. They take it the other way, wide open. The shot from Kerry Harris is no good. It goes out of bounds. They're going to say it's off of the Bulldogs. It's going to belong to the Carterville Lions. 2:45 showing on the clock. Length of the floor for the boys in blue, Carterville in their road blue uniforms. We're going to be back on the road Tuesday night when we head to Saline County and take on the Harrisburg Bulldogs. That game is slated for 7:45. You can hear all the action right here, 7:30 with Scott Hudson and myself. But there you go, Justin Johnson. He gets on the board just inside the three-point line, top of the key, and he buries it from there. Carterville back in the lead by 1, 10-9.
Yeah, look for Johnson come off that pick again and hit the mid-range jumper like he's been doing.
It's set right there. He was in a nice position to receive the pass, and in motion, all in one fluid motion, was able to square up and get the bucket. Sparta into the front court quickly. Nice pass down low to Boston. He turns around and makes just a turnaround jumper from about 4 feet, and the Sparta guards are looking for that entry pass and getting it easily in deep against this Carterville defense.
And they got size with the Boston kid to really make it damage inside too.
He's 6'4", big body to get the ball to. Connor Henderson, he misses a left-hand turnaround hook, and it bounces around up there and goes out of bounds. It's going to belong to the Lions. We're at Sparta this evening. under 2 to play, and the Bulldogs, they have that 1-point lead on the Lions. Pass comes in, top of the key. Luke Stritzel's in, Tyler Biddle's in as well, and Carterville, they are going to try and work it toward the left side. Stritzel hands it to Johnson. He fires from about 12, and he turns around. Same thing, just like you said, coming off that pick.
Yeah, it's there every time. He's good enough to come off the screen and shoot it.
Down low, they get the ball to Jonah Boston, and they call, what do they say, a travel?
Pushed off on him.
Boston gets the foul. Nice job. As it's a turnover on the Bulldogs. That's 5 now on Sparta, and Carterville nursing that 1-point lead, 1:30 remaining in the first quarter. Tyler Biddle works it across the timeline. His pass is picked off. That's 3 turnovers. The Bulldogs take it the other way. Nice job by Carlos Keene. He gets his first bucket of the game, and Bulldogs are back in the lead. Carterville brings it across midcourt. Connor Henderson down low. Right block to Fidel Campbell. Back out top to Tyler Biddle. Left-hand dribble by the point guard. Gets it to Johnson, right wing. Man, Sparta's really picking up the defensive intensity. And wide open on the left wing. They work the ball down low to Johnson. Backs his man down, banks it up, and no good. That may have been partially blocked, actually. Sparta gets the rebound. They take it the other way. Right wing, down in the right pocket, drives the baseline. They'll leave the ball for Timberland Lucas. And he gets the shot, but he's fouled and is going to go to the line and shoot free throws is the foul. That's going to be on Stritzel. That's the first on Luke. It's actually the first team foul on the Carterville Lions. At the line, Timberland Lucas, the sophomore. First one is on the way, and it's good. This Lions broadcast is brought to you by the Coldwell Banker, Preferred Realty. They're happy to support the Carterville Lions, and there's a reason we are preferred. You can find out why. Just visit their location on West Plaza Drive in Carterville. The 5'10 sophomore, Timberland Lucas, is at the line. Second free throw is on the way. Good. 7. He's got 7 of the 15 for the Bulldogs. As Carterville's making some changes, Valerius is back in. So on the floor, it's Biddle, Johnson, Valerius, Austin Garby, and Fidel Campbell. Believe there's a possibility Fidel's family may be listening down in Jamaica, watching online. How awesome is that?
That is cool. That's one thing good.
Yeah, it is very awesome. Carterville basketball. Johnson toward the left side, gets it to Tyler Biddle between the circles. Now to Campbell. He's matched up defensively by the Bulldogs. Soderlund. Now it's to Garby. Right side to Tyler Biddle. Top of the key, Carterville working for the final shot. 7 seconds. 6, 5, 4 on the clock. Valerius takes it. Left-hand layup. No good. Ball's on the floor. Battle. And the Bulldogs come out. But we end the first quarter. It is 15-12. Sparta with the lead at the end of 1. You're listening to Lions basketball here on News Radio WJPF.
NewsRadio 1340 WJPF Heron. Introducing McDonald's new $1, $2, $3 menu with breakfast favorites for $1, $2, or $3. Like the sausage McGriddles, small McCafe espresso drinks, the sausage McMuffin with egg, and a new gaming console for my son. No, but the $1, $2, $3 menu could help you save for one. Wait, isn't your son 5 months old? Who told you? I just know these things. Oh, build whatever meal you want with favorites on McDonald's new $1, $2, $3 menu. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer in a combo meal.
15-12, Sparta Bulldogs. They lead at the end of 1. It's been a very competitive first quarter as Sparta's got 5 turnovers. Carterville only has 3. at the end of one, but man, Sparta's able to work the ball into the paint, and they're getting some easy looks.
Yeah, look for Carterville try to slow down the guards a little bit here in this quarter.
They need to, because they're pushing the ball up the floor and getting that first entry pass down deep, and Sparta's able to convert on it. Carterville basketball, though, as we begin play here in the second. On the floor is Johnson, Campbell, Garby, Valerius, and Tyler Biddle. It's Valerius who gets it to Garby. He drives and backs it up, hands it to Justin Johnson, who slides across the free throw line, and left wing to Valerius. He drives with a left-hand drive, and he gets whistled and a foul, as the foul is going to be on Austin Connors. That's going to be the first on the senior for the Sparta Bulldogs, and the ball's going to belong to the Carterville Lions. Triggered in. Valerius round the right side to Garby. Back to Valerius on the right wing. He's guarded by Tony Williams. Now it's Tyler Biddle that's wide open. Buries it from the top of the key. First bucket for the game, in the game for Tyler Biddle, and it's all tied at 15. That's a good open look.
Yeah, it was. Look for him to shoot a couple more of those.
He's not been an outside shooter often in these contests, as Sparta misses the three ball, and Carterville comes away with the rebound. Valerius across midcourt, left-hand dribble, gets a nice pick from Campbell, works around toward the left side. Needs some help, gets it to Johnson. Johnson, right-hand dribble, top of the key, behind the back. Nice job getting away from John Williams, and then hands off to Dylan Valerius. Top of the key, that's Tyler Biddle, who just made the three ball, drives to the left side. The left-hand layup is good. Tyler Biddle with back-to-back buckets. He's got 5. Carterville is on top, 17-15. Sparta with the basketball quickly into the front court. They get it to Carlos Keene. The senior shoots from about 12. He fouls Dylan Valerius, who grabbed the rebound. And that was a frustration foul, I believe, on Carlos Keene as he was making his way to try and grab that rebound. And it's a foul on the Sparta Bulldogs. That is the 6th team foul now. 6:23 in the second quarter. One more, and the Lions are in the bonus. Carterville basketball, Justin Johnson will trigger. Moving left to right here at Sparta on a Saturday night. Again, don't forget that winter weather advisory is in effect, I think, until about 6 tomorrow in the southern Illinois region. Just be careful out there. Carterville into the front court. Johnson loses the handle. That's a turnover on the Lions. He was trying to make a left-handed pass quickly the other way. Sparta gets out on the break, but the ball's tipped out of bounds, and it's going to belong to the Sparta Bulldogs. This Lions broadcast is brought to you by Charlie's Air Conditioning and Heating in downtown Carterville for over 30 years. Certified York dealer. They service all brands. Call 985-2502. Or you can go online, charliesairconditioningandheating.com. Sparta misses the three ball from the left side. Carterville gets the rebound. They have it right side. That's Biddle. Nice pass down low to Austin Garby. Backs his man down, misses the bunny, and a battle for the boards, and it's big 6'4" Jonah Boston that gets the rebound, but Carterville steals it from him, and Dylan Valerius is able to bank that one home. He's got 6. Carterville starting to pull away for 19-15, the 4-point lead with 5:30 remaining here in the half. Whistle and a foul on the Bulldogs. That's going to be on, it's on Dylan Valerius. His first, that's the second team foul on the Lions. Coach Shane Hawkins up, yelling defensive instructions to his Lions. The bench welcomes somebody back to the bench. I didn't see who came out. Fidel Campbell, I believe it was, that came out of the game. Sparta has the ball, as it is Tony Williams, the left-hand dribble, picked up defensively by Biddle. They get it to Timberland Lucas toward the left wing, right-hand dribble, top of the key, now to Boston toward the right side, as it is Tony Williams, leaves it for Harris. Now it's back to Carlos Keene, and they work it around the other side as Timberland Lucas drives, and he tries to shoot. Tyler Biddle puts his hand on the ball. The officials say that wasn't the ball. That was a hack, and that's going to be the first on Tyler Biddle. And so at the line is going to be Timberland Lucas shooting 2 free throws. Team foul number 3 on the Lions. 5:01 remaining here in the half. First one is on the way. That's good. He's got 8 in the game. He's a good ball player.
Yeah, he is. He's really good at just penetrating, drawing the foul real quick, and really quick to get to the line. Real
good first step. He's real quick on the first step, and that's how he beat Tyler Biddle and puts you in a bad position defensively when the man gets by you. And Biddle gets the block. Lucas misses the second free throw. Carterville has it in the front court. Under 5 to go here in the half. Dylan Valerius gets it top of the key to Austin Garbing, hands it back to DV, who brings it right side to Justin Johnson. He hands it to Tyler Biddle. They're working the weave across the top of the key. Now right side, wide open. Johnson passes up the 3 ball. Valerius takes it down on the low block and then has to back it up as the defender gets on him. Now they pass it into Garbing. Nice kick out pass to Henderson. He misses the 12-footer, and Sparta's taking it the other way. Nice pass to Lucas as they get it to Harris, but he charges right over the top of the Carterville Lions. Was that Johnson that took the charge?
Yeah, stayed in there, got set and everything.
Kerry Harris runs over the top of JJ. His first foul. Austin Garvey's going to check out. Luke Stritzel's going to check in for the Lions. So on the line, it's Johnson, Valerius, Biddle, Luke Stritzel, and Connor Henderson. Carterville has the 3-point lead. Just a little over 4 minutes remaining in the game. We're up in the rafters here at Sparta. See the banners right there on our video if you're watching that. If you're not, you're listening on NewsRadio WJPF or on WJPF.com. You can watch and listen to the game as well. Carterville's Valerius slides across the lane, gives it to Stritzel with the right-hand dribble. He hands it to Tyler Biddle. It seems like Carterville tonight working extensively across the top of the key and the free throw line. We have a ball that goes out of bounds. It's going to belong to the Carterville Lions.
That's the thing about the Sparta's guards. They're constantly in your face defending you. I mean, really aggressive with it.
They're up, chest bumping you defensively. They're trying to force that turnover for the Lions. Connor Henderson works it right side to Stritzel. Had a backdoor cut from Johnson. They can't connect. Back to Henderson, top of the key, left-hand dribble. Takes it down low. Now to Stritzel. Now to Johnson, right side. Wide open, Valerius. He didn't take the shot. Works it into Stritzel. He puts the shot up off the iron. No good. Rebound is battled for. Valerius gets it and misses the bunny. Still battled for 2, 3 times. It's tipped around, and Sparta comes away with it quickly. Carlos Keene, he leaves it down low to Kerry Harris, and he's able to make the bucket for the Bulldogs.
If that didn't just describe Carterville's year this year, I don't know what.
Boy, no kidding. No kidding. Shane Hawkins jumping up and down, doing the Rich Heron stomp on the floor out there.
You see the ball bounce on every part of the rim down here, and then we throw one over the backboard, and it goes in.
And it falls for the Bulldogs. Carterville's not caught the break shooting-wise. Just not getting the touch. Nice pass to Tony Williams. And he's fouled as he shoots, but he's going to go to the line and shoot the free throws. And the foul is on Luke Stritzel, his second. And that is going to be the 5th team foul now on the Lions.
Bryce
Anderson checks into the game. Bryce, the freshman, like him. He's been playing a lot here the last 6, 7 games for the Lions. You can just see that he's getting better each and every game as he runs the point for the Lions. Sparta Bulldogs, though, they have the ball. Down a point, 19-18, 2:45 on the clock. Nice entry pass to Boston. He takes it down, right block, puts the shot up. He's fouled. Who are they going to call that on, Johnson or Henderson? They're going to say it is on Connor Henderson. That's his first. Now it's going to be the 6th team foul on the Lions, but it's going to put Jonah Boston, the 6'4 senior, at the line. In the game back in January, Christian, he had 8 points, misses the first free throw.
That's the one thing that Carterville just doesn't have right now. They don't have the guy that his size that can really get down and really guard him, so that's why you see him just keep trying to get it down in the post.
You can really tell that the Lions are missing Grant Garvey. Grant will get in and bump you defensively. Of course, he is done for the rest of the season as Boston makes the second free throw. He's got 5 in the game, but Grant's that guy that usually takes on the big guy in the paint at 6'4". He's the one that battles down low. Nice job getting the ball down to Anderson. He has his shot blocked. Carterville battles for it. It goes out of bounds. They're going to say it was off of Kerry Harris, and it's going to belong to the Lions.
It's one thing about Sparta, they just will not let you breathe at all when you're on offense.
They were doing a nice job defensively. Nice pass into Campbell, who just checked back in, gets it to Johnson between the leg dribble, in the paint to Campbell. Campbell shoots from about 8, turnaround jumper is good. Little fadeaway from Fidel Campbell, his first bucket of the game. It is 21-19, Carterville, the 2-point lead. Into the front court quickly for the Bulldogs. Austin Connors hands it off to Carlos Keene. Keene's going to back it up. 2:02 on the second quarter clock. Bryce Anderson on King defensively, fires from about 18, no good. Nice big board by Williams. He puts it back up, is able to get that one to fall. John Williams has his first bucket of the game. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Sparta Bulldogs are in the scorebook this evening, and they force a turnover in the backcourt. That's the 5th turnover on the Lions, and Bryce Anderson takes a charge from big Jonah Boston. Nice job. Man, he's a scrapper. He'll hang right in there, won't he?
Yeah, he will.
Because he's not but about 5'2".
No, not even.
And he's got a guy 6'4" bearing down on him.
I'm still on Sparta's last basket. Williams might be one of the shortest kids on the floor right now. Jumps over two of the tallest kids on Carterville's team and gets a rebound and puts it back in.
He might be the shortest, but he's got a big heart hanging in there. Watching Jonah Boston come barreling into him like that. We're all tied at 21. 90 seconds remaining here in the half. It's been an entertaining, tight ball game as neither team's really able to get things going. Both teams had a couple of runs up to about 4-point leads, but that's it. As Bryce Anderson fires from 3, he was wide open. That's off the front of the iron. Johnson gets the rebound, gets it down low to Tyler Biddle. Biddle back to Fidel Campbell, hands it back to Biddle, left side. He works it out toward the left wing. That's Austin Garby. 1:03 left here in the half. Anderson now on the right wing. Campbell on the right elbow. Top of the key to Tyler Biddle. 57, 55, 54 seconds remaining in the half. Campbell wide open, but Carterville, they can get the nice backdoor cut from Campbell to Justin Johnson. They work that give and go. Nice job. Carterville back up 2, 42 seconds remaining in the half. Sparta quickly into the front court. Austin Connors takes the pass right wing. They're going to hold for the final shot as Coach John Norton yells out instructions just below us here. Sparta in the home white works the weave across the top of the key. 26 seconds. Carterville, the 2-point lead, 23-21. John Williams drives, kicks it back out top to Austin Connors. He hands off to Carlos Keene. 15, 14, 13 seconds left. Sparta Bulldogs, or the cheerleaders from both teams making some noise, and we're working our way toward 5 seconds. Here's the drive. They leave the ball down low as Jonah Boston gets the pass. It was going out of bounds. Nice job by Sparta to recover, and we are all tied at 23 going to the half. How about that? Didn't see that coming.
Coach Hawkins is not too happy right now with the no call there at the end.
And he's talking to the officials, all 3. He's got them all 3 right there, and he's shaking his head and doing a little barking. But the coaching staff, they're going to make their way toward the locker room. We're all tied at 23. It is our Wild Hog halftime show. It's next here on News Radio WJPF.
We're going to need to go 2 minutes, 90-90. For tracking car performance parts, accessories, lift kits, tires, and wheels. When customizing your ride, you want options. That's why Stern Sales has access to over 700 vendor lines, including Lear products. And if you don't have time to install, they'll do it for you. It's not a question of what.
What do you want to do here, Brian? 90-90?
2 minutes, 90-90.
There we go.
Charlie's Air Conditioning and Heating of Carterville has proudly served Southern Illinois. Charlie's has earned their customers' trust, and they welcome the opportunity to earn yours. No job is too big or too small for Charlie's. Ask about their preferred service agreement for any brand and how it saves you money. Charlie's Air Conditioning and Heating is a certified York dealer located in downtown Carterville. Call 985-2502. Online at charliesairconditioningandheating.com. Charlie's Air Conditioning and Heating, proudly supporting the Carterville Lions.
Rain or shine, sleet or snow, call Joe. Joe's Lawn Service, Carterville, is a locally owned and operated business serving Southern Illinois for over 20 years, specializing in much more than commercial or residential lawn care. Joseph McMahon and his crew can do snow removal, bush hogging, tree trimming or tree removal, landscaping maintenance, and much more. Call 534-8148. Rain or shine, sleet or snow, call Joe. 534-8148. That's 534-8148.
Welcome back to Sparta. It's Dave McKenzie and Mr. Christian Rawlinson join us here as Scott Hudson is out this evening, and all tied at 23, and neither team is really able to get out to a big lead, and it's been an entertaining ball game, to say the least.
Yeah, it hasn't. I mean, turnovers for both teams have really kind of slowed the game down a little bit. I mean, the guards of Sparta really like to attack here, try to get to the rim, get that foul called.
But even when you look at turnovers, at the end of the first half last night, especially for the Lions, at the end of the first half, Carterville had 10 turnovers at Nashville. Tonight, they only have 5. Sparta has 5. But defensively, it's just been a battle on the boards by both teams, and it's resulted in a 23-23 tie here at the half. It's brought to you, our halftime show, brought to you by the Wild Hog. The Wild Hog, that's wild with a Y. You can stop by there, your Carterville location for food and beverages right there on Route 13. They always have a drink special. They always have a food special. Plus, if you go in there and show them your Carterville logo gear, they'll take 10% off of your bill. Stop by, see Bob and the folks there at the Wild Hog, Route 13 in Carterville. They are your Carterville Lions post-game headquarters. Tied at 23 as we have the little cheerleaders out on the floor performing here this evening at Sparta. And Carterville coming off that loss at Nashville last night. Here at Sparta, tied at 23. Tuesday, we're going to have to head to Harrisburg to take on the Bulldogs. And then Friday night, it is Pinckneyville that comes in. And then the following Friday night will be the Heron Tigers. It'll be senior night in the final basketball season, heading into regional play for the Lions.
Yeah, and the thing about all those 3 teams, not one's a gimme for Carterville. I mean, they're going to have to bring their best game against Harrisburg and Pinckneyville, but out of those 3, Heron will be probably the most winnable game for sure.
I would agree, and actually right now, as got an update, Heron is on the road at West Frankfort this evening, and after the first quarter, it was tied at 18. Good games all over Southern Illinois this evening, and we are just glad to have you here with us here this evening on News Radio WJPF. We're going to go on and take a break. We'll continue on our Wild Hog halftime show next on News Radio WJPF.
Together, and it's clear why the Bank of Heron is the leader in the communities we serve. Community strong, the Bank of Heron. It's not just a bank, it's a relationship. Find out more at bankofheron.com.
Tired of tame restaurants? Yeah, but wild on the menu with Wild Hog. That's wild with a Y. On Route 13 in Greenville, in the Lab Building. You know the one, wildly appealing. You'll go wild over the lunch and dinner deliciousness, including many smoked specialties. Bring the whole group of friends and family. There's a kid
Back at Sparta, it's Dave McKenzie with Christian Rawlinson this evening. Saturday night basketball, river-to-river conference action, and we appreciate you tuning in here on News Radio WJPF, where we're at the half. It's all tied up at 23, and you can tell that both coaches, they were anxious to get into the locker room to talk to their team, but Shane Hawkins needed to talk to the officials there as they were heading off the floor.
Yeah, look for the Lions at maybe this half. I mean, one thing I really like to see about with Justin Johnson off the pick, coming off the elbow, hitting that jump shot, look for this half, maybe come off the pick and penetrate to the rim if the defense overplays him a little bit and get easy to at the bucket.
He tends to draw a double team, which whenever you draw that double team, that means there's somebody else that's wide open, and just being able to find who that is, get the ball to him. Typically, the shot is there, and you should have an easy shot because Carterville's not really shooting from the perimeter tonight. They're trying to force the ball into the paint, and Sparta definitely is forcing the ball into paint. The majority of their points this evening have come down inside the lane, and for both teams, it's a low-scoring game, but I tell you what, last night at the half, at the end of the first quarter, Carterville had scored 2 points. They had 13 at the half in Nashville. 23 hanging on the board this evening, and they're all tied at 23. This Lions broadcast, or at the end of the game, Christian and I are going to choose our Joe's Lawn Care and Snow Removal star of the game, and so we'll have to have some conversation about that.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, right now, I really like what Fidel Campbell's done hustle-wise, really getting after it. And really, the Carterville guards, I mean, you got to look at the Sparta guys. I mean, they're really fast, and we've really played good defense on them and hustled really well with them.
And there's been a couple of charges that's been taken by both teams, so they're hanging in there defensively. The most impressive of the charges is 5'4", Bryce Anderson getting run over by 6'4", Jonah Boston, but he took the charge. And it's been an even game in all facets of the game, and that's why we're tied at 23. We're going to go on and take our final break here at the half, all tied at 23. It's Lions basketball on News Radio WJPF. Hang on. There we go. Boom, 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 boom. Both teams are back on the floor as we are preparing for third quarter action. We're all tied at 23, and just a very entertaining game. We'll see how this goes here in the second half, Christian. And Carterville, I knew it was going to be a tough game. Carterville comes in 3-23 on the season. Sparta has 6 wins on the year, 6-19. And Carterville starts with the ball here in the second half. They're moving right to left in the blue uniforms. Nice pass down low. Fidel Campbell's able to convert, turns around, gets the little jump shot, and Carterville up to 25-23.
4 for Fidel.
That's 4. You're right, 4 for Campbell, and Carterville forces a turnover. The first of the half, the 6th of the game for the Bulldogs. So Dylan Valerius, he works back and forth across the timeline over to Campbell. They work it right side to Connor Henderson. He hands it to Johnson, who drives down on the left block, kick out top of the key. Nice pass down low to Fidel Campbell. He's able to turn around and convert the little 6-foot jumper. Back-to-back buckets by the Lions. Fidel Campbell, and it's suddenly a 4-point lead for Carterville. Justin Johnson out on the point defensively as Timberland Lucas brings the ball across the timeline, loses the handle, needs some help, finds a cutting Carlos Keene, and he's able to get the right-hand layup for the Bulldogs.
They can pass it all right. They really can.
They do a nice job cutting toward the bucket and being ready to take the pass as they pull back to within 2, 27-25. Johnson across midcourt, left-hand dribble, right side to Valerius. He's guarded defensively by Dion Clark for the Bulldogs. He holds, gets the left-hand dribble going, now to the right side to Justin Johnson. Johnson, left-hand dribble, top of the key, left elbow, kicks it down low to Austin Garby. Nice pass down low, but it's tipped away defensively by Boston, and it's a turnover on the Carterville Lions, their first of the second half, and I think it was Carlos Keene that got hit in the face and fouled by Campbell. That's his first, the first team foul for the Lions here in the second half.
Yeah, I'm just really looking for that offensive factor just to come in for the Lions right here, whoever it needs to be.
Somebody needs to get hot all of a sudden. And right now, early on, it's been Campbell here in the second half as he's got both of the Lions' buckets. Sparta has it in the front court, though. They work it right side to Kerry Harris. He's guarded by Austin Garby. Wide open for 3. The shot from Dion Clark, no good. Boston gets the rebound. His shot is blocked by Garby, but Sparta controls as they get it back out to Kerry Harris. Harris leaves it for Lucas, who drives, and he gets fouled before the bucket. Oh, they're going to say the bucket was good. The backside official gets the call on the foul.
On the floor.
It's on the floor. Good. Thought he was showing that it was good. So it was before the shot. It's going to be Bulldogs basketball underneath the basket to our right. 5:47. Carterville, the 2-point lead. Pass in low to Boston. Turn around. His shot is blocked from behind. The ball is loose, and it's foul on Sparta. It's going to be on Kerry Harris as he tried to reach in and slapped it. I believe it was Valerius on the wrist. Carterville has the basketball, and they take it the other way. Moving right to left here at Sparta on the road. 5:34 on the clock. Carterville, the 2-point lead, 27-25. Valerius on the right wing, down to Campbell. Nice backdoor pass to Garby, who has to dribble along the baseline, but Sparta forces a turnover, the second of the half. And quickly the other way, it's Timberland Lucas who gets out on the point, makes the right-hand layup. He's got 10. We're all tied at 27. Johnson runs the point for the Lions. Gets across midcourt to Garby. He takes it into the paint, and the ball is tipped from behind. That's 2 turnovers in a row for the Lions, and quickly the other way, it is Kerry Harris. He gets fouled as he gets out on the break in transition, and a foul on Dylan Valerius. That's going to be the third on DV, and it's going to put Kerry Harris, the 6'2 sophomore, at the line for the Bulldogs. A chance to take the lead with 5 minutes left.
Look for the Lions to try to slow it down on offense. We're trying to go too fast, and it's giving them a fast break.
And Sparta's doing a nice job filling the passing lanes. And they forced 3 turnovers here so far in the half as Kerry Harris gets his 3rd point of the game. He makes the first free throw. This Lions broadcast is brought to you by Coldwell Banker Preferred Realty. Happy to support the Carterville Lions. There's a reason we are preferred, and you can find out why. Just stop by our location, West Plaza Drive in Carterville. Kerry Harris's 2nd free throw is on the way. Off the front of the iron, no good. Campbell gets the rebound. Bulldogs have a 1-point lead, 28-27. Into the front court, Campbell pulls up the dribble, gets it to Justin Johnson. Around the defender, Johnson brings it the left-hand dribble between the circles across the Bulldogs logo at midcourt. Gets it to Luke Stritzel, who just checked into the game. Back to Dylan Valerius, who holds top of the key. To Connor Henderson, where's number 13, the 6'4 forward. A nice backdoor pass to Fidel Campbell as he floats in the air and and gets the backdoor cut. Campbell has 8 points in the game, and quickly the other way, it's Jonah Boston gets out in transition and gets the right-hand layup, 30-29. Back and forth we go.
Yeah, I've been just impressed with Fidel tonight.
He really has done a nice job, and Carterville's looking for that backdoor cut, and they're able to convert, and he's been the recipient of that, I think, about 3 times here in the game. Carterville has the ball. Stritzel on the right wing, looks inside. We got a whistle and a foul, and it's going to be on Fidel Campbell as he got tied up in the paint. Oh, they call it on Valerius. That's 4 now. He's going to have to check out for Coach Shane Hawkins. Frustrated DV heads to the bench, so it's Tyler Biddle that checks in. Tyler in that first half, he got hot there for a couple of minutes as he's got 5 points. Sparta basketball, turnover on the Lions. That's turnover number 4 on the foul on Valerius. They get the ball down to Boston. Campbell does a nice job defensively. He's got a big matchup there. He battles for the board. It goes out of bounds, and they're going to say that it belongs to the Carterville Lions as it was off the Sparta Bulldogs.
That's one thing Carterville's done really good at this halftime adjustment is when they do get it down to Boston, all 3 just swarm around him real quick and try to knock the ball away from him.
Try to collapse around him. They have done a nice job with that. 30-29, the 1-point lead. We've got a ball game here at Sparta. Both teams could use a win here this evening. River-to-river conference action. Sparta doesn't have a Sparta win. That would be huge for them to get one, and Carterville's got 1 conference win, and it was against Sparta in January. Johnson fires from 12. Good for JJ from that left baseline, and Carterville back on top, 31-30.
That's 8 for JJ, and everyone has been in that mid-range category.
It sure has. Carterville's kind of laying off the 3 ball that they like to shoot. Oh, nice little pass down low to Jonah Boston. The pass came from Dion Clark, and they're able to convert back to a 1-point lead now for the Bulldogs. Tyler Biddle at the point for the Lions. Left-hand dribble picked up by Dion Clark defensively. Gets it to Johnson. He drives down the right side, gets the bump foul, and the shot. He's going to go to the line and shoot a couple of free throws.
Yeah, and there's that penetration I was hoping to see off that screen. They did get the foul right there.
Comes off the top, gets the pick, and rolls right through the lane, gets the bump foul, and is going to go to the line and shoot 2 as I didn't see who the foul was on. Can't see it on the other side. Johnson converts the first free throw. He's got 9 in the contest, and we're all tied at 32, 2:48 on the clock. Checking out is Timberland Lucas for the Bulldogs.
I'm really curious to see what Lucas will do here in 2 more years with Sparta.
I'm telling you, he's a good ball player. Yep. Really like it. He led them in the first game with 10 points, and here tonight he has 10 so far, and we still have 2 minutes left in the third quarter. JJ makes both free throws, 33-32. Lions the 1-point lead. Sparta with the ball. They work it around toward the right pocket. Top of the key now to Kerry Harris. Thought he might have shuffled the feet, not called. Left side now to John Williams. Williams on that left wing. Leaves it for Austin Connors, and we got a travel call on the Bulldogs. That's the 2nd turnover now on Sparta. Carterville. Length of the floor to go. The inbounds pass is stolen. It's kicked around. Nice job defensively by Austin Connors, but Carterville controls to get the ball down low to Fidel Campbell. He's able to turn around and bank it home. He's got 10, and he's tied with Justin Johnson for the point lead here in the game. And we have to choose our Joe's Lawn Care and snow removal star of the game, and I think it could go to either JJ or Fidel Campbell, but right now I'd have to give the edge to Campbell.
Yeah, and along with his hustle on defense so far.
Carterville forces another turnover, but Sparta's able to control it before Carterville grabs hold. They work it down into the paint. Now they get the turnover. The other way, Carterville has the ball, moving right to left, 1:40 on the clock. Left wing, wide open for 3, shot no good from Biddle. Nice board for the Lions. 2nd shot, 3rd shot is on the way. Justin Johnson gets the putback. He's got 12, and Carterville is up 5. And I think 5 points may be the biggest lead of the game so far. 1:27 remaining here in the third. We got a timeout taken by John Norton of the Bulldogs. We'll be back in 30 seconds. You're listening to Lions basketball on News Radio WJPF.
Local people and local decisions help you with all your financial choices. Our mission
Carterville has the biggest lead of the game so far. It's a 5-point lead with 1:27 remaining here in the third quarter. It's 37-32. Carterville's starting to get things, forcing the turnovers and getting some points off turnovers.
Look for the Lions to just step on the gas right here and try to pull away.
They need to, as it's going to be Sparta Bulldog on the far side with 1:26 remaining here in the game. Sparta's basketball. Moving from left to right here this evening in the second half. Out top. They work it toward the right side. That is Deion Clark. He's met defensively by a couple of Carterville Lions. The ball is on the floor, and we got a pushing foul from behind. I think it's going to be on Sparta's Kerry Harris. It is.
We've been really hustling this half, especially on defense, for sure.
Yeah, they have. Really starting to force the pressure defensively. So a turnover, that is the fourth turnover of the half on the Bulldogs. Carterville basketball. Under a minute to go. Tyler Biddle having some issues in the backcourt. Finally bumps his way across midcourt, guarded by Deion Clark. Biddle tries to get it to Justin Johnson. The ball's tipped out of bounds. It's off the Bulldogs. Timberland Lucas able to get in there and get a hand on it. Knocks it out of bounds. It's going to belong to the Lions.
Yeah, it looks like we got Pinckneyville over Nashville right now by 2, 25-23 at the half.
Good ball game.
Yep.
This is senior night at Pinckneyville in that river-to-river conference game as well. Carterville ball. Justin Johnson out top. He's guarded out there nice and tight. Gets the chest bump from Timberland Lucas. And that is going to be foul. The first on Lucas. And now the fourth team foul, I believe, on the Bulldogs. Third team foul. As Connor Hawkins is going to check in. 38 seconds left. That's setting up Carterville trying to get the last second shot here to end the third as Fidel Campbell checks out, gets a hand slap from some of his teammates. Carterville will hold for the final shot. Where does Connor Hawkins go? Right to his home spot down in the corner in that left pocket down there.
Look to penetrate and kick it to him.
Justin Johnson, man, he's wide open from about 12. Turnaround jumper is good. Put back is good by Connor Henderson. His first or second bucket of the game. He's got 4 under 20 seconds to go. It's a 7-point lead now for the Lions. Sparta has it. Will they hold for the final shot? On the right wing, that is Lucas. Down into the paint. Work it left side. That is Carlos Keene. Keene drives, tries to get it down low to Soderlund. His ball's thrown out of bounds. It's another turnover. 5 turnovers here in the third quarter by the Bulldogs. A second and a half left. Can Carterville get a shot off? It's going to be Justin Johnson that triggers the inbound from the right side. Length of the floor to go. 1.5 seconds. Carterville, the 7-point lead. They get the pass, trying to get it to Tyler Biddle. He fires it from the length of the floor, throws it right to the official on the baseline, and that's how we end the third quarter. It is 39-32, Carterville, the lead here as we head to the fourth. It's Lions basketball on News Radio WJPF. 60-60-60. Welcome back to Sparta as we head to the fourth quarter. Carterville has the biggest lead of the game. It's a 7-point lead, 39-32. You got some updates.
Yeah, in River Ohio action, we got Murphy over Harrisburg right now, 19-16 at half. Black Diamond basketball, the Goreville Black Cats over Vienna right now, 57-44 at the end of 3.
Then the Sparta Bulldogs, the Cesar Villiers Red Devils, they wind up winning the Black Diamond 10-0 last night. They were our 103.5 ESPN Team of the Week this morning on Sports Voice. As the 3-ball from the left pocket from Dion Clark, no good, doesn't hit anything. Carterville gets the rebound. They can extend this lead here as we just start play in the fourth quarter. 39-32, Lions with the basketball. Over on the left wing, that's where you find Bryce Anderson, the freshman. Back to Tyler Biddle between the circles as it's Dion Clark on him defensively. Back to Anderson, who wants to get it to the cutting Stritzel. Does find the cutting Johnson on the blow block. He shuffles, slides his foot. Kind of got caught trying to decide what to do. Turnover on the Lions. That's number 5 here in the third.
Seems as if Sparta caught a little bit cold here the last few minutes.
They have. The turnovers, I think, has slowed them down offensively. Carterville has converted those turnovers into points, which is what you have to do offensively. As it's Dion Clark, guarded by Stritzel. Carterville in a zone defense now, 2-3 zone. They drop it down into the paint. Jonah Boston gets the little 8-foot right-hand hook shot. It's good. Back to a 5-point game, 39-34, 6:50 on the clock. Double team in the backcourt. Carterville's able to break. They get it to Anderson, but his pass is tipped away. Another turnover, number 6 on the Lions. Quickly the other way. Oh, what a move in the paint from Dion Clark as he gets the easy bucket, kind of up and over the defender and lays it home. 3-point lead now.
And again, you see Lucas finding him there at the end.
Finally, Carterville breaks the pressure. Johnson, he's able to somehow control, but his pass into the paint is tipped away. Back-to-back turnovers on the Lions. Quickly the other way. Dion Clark thought about the 3, gets it to Jonah Boston. He misses the right-hand layup. It's out of bounds off of the Bulldogs. It's going to belong to the Lions. Man, the pace suddenly picked up here the last 2 possessions.
Yeah, the full court press right here is giving the Lions some issues the last couple of possessions.
39-36, Carterville nursing a 3-point lead, 6:14 on the clock. Length of the floor to go. JJ triggers the inbounds, gets it to Henderson. The ball slapped, and we have a foul in the backcourt. Austin Connors got Johnson on the wrist. That's the second team foul on the Sparta Bulldogs. This Lions broadcast brought to you by Charlie's Air Conditioning and Heating in downtown Carterville for over 30 years. Certified York dealer. They service all brands. Call 985-2502 or go online. Visit charliesairconditioningandheating.com. 6:11 on the clock here in the game. Sparta 0-8 in conference. Carterville is 1-7. As Bryce Anderson, it was a nice thought, but the pass is turned over as he tried to go back door, but wide open the other way from 3. Dion Clark buries the 3 from the right wing. He's got 7, and we're all tied at 39. 5:45 remaining in the game. Carterville basketball. Anderson takes it across the midcourt. Man, the defensive pressure by Sparta. They tip the ball away. We got a whistle and a foul on number 2. That's on Austin Connors, his fifth team foul on the Bulldogs.
That's one thing. Carterville can't let this team get running up and down the floor because we'll get beat that way.
And they have to take care of the ball. It's 8 turnovers here in the second half. They only had 5 at the end of the first half. Nice pass down low to Fidel Campbell. Turnaround jumper gets the roll. Campbell has 12 points to tie Justin Johnson for the point lead for the Lions here in the game. 41-39, back to a 2-point lead for the Lions. Sparta ball into Boston. They work it down around that left block. They kick it out top. Wide open for 3 is good, as that is Timberland Lucas. It buries the 3 ball top of the key. He has 13. It's a 1-point Bulldog lead. 5 minutes remaining in the game. Tyler Biddle across the timeline. Johnson's wide open from the left wing. Off the iron, no good. Rebound inside. That's Lucas that comes away with it. Brings it quickly the other way to Dion Clark, right wing to Lucas. Now left side. They get it to Austin Connors. He takes it in, and we have a pushing foul on the Lions, and that may be on, nope, they're going to say Connor Henderson. The second on Connor Henderson, the 5th team foul on the Carterville Lions.
Yeah, with that last 3, Lucas got 13 on the night. I mean, that's Let's see, no, Boston leads all scorers with 15.
Yep, down low. Sparta works it back around toward the right wing, wide open
Air ball.
for a three. That was an air ball from Dion Clark as Fidel Campbell gathers it in. So it's going to be Carterville ball. Valerius forces his way across midcourt, gets bumped from behind, no call, runs into a double team, finds Connor Henderson, and we have a timeout that's taken by Shane Hawkins of the Carterville Lions. It's a 30-second timeout. We'll take a break as well. 42-41 Bulldogs, the 1-point lead on News Radio WJPF.
For 30 years, Charlie's Air Conditioning and Heating of Carterville has proudly served Southern Illinois. Customers trust, and they welcome the opportunity to earn yours. No job is too big or too small for Charlie's. Ask about their preferred service agreement for any brand and how it saves you money. Charlie's Air Conditioning and Heating is a certified York dealer located in downtown Carterville. Call 985-2502. Online at charliesairconditioningandheating.com. Charlie's Air Conditioning and Heating, proudly supporting the Carterville Lions.
News Radio 1340 WJPF Heron.
We have a tight ball game here at Christian Rollinson as Sparta Bulldogs have a 1-point lead, 42-41.
Yes, sir. Another score update here at the end of 3. Murphy's ahead of Harrisburg right now, 34-30, in a really good Ohio Conference
Sounds
game
like
tonight.
it. There's a lot of good games around Southern Illinois. Nashville at Pinckneyville. It's senior night at Pinckneyville for the Panthers. We're going to take on the Panthers next Friday at home, the final conference game of the season for both teams on Friday night. The Lions work the ball into Fidel Campbell. His turnaround jumper, man, he's on fire tonight. He's got 14. Love seeing how Fidel is playing here this evening. He's played hard.
Yeah, he's got my vote for tonight, I think, for player of the game.
Our star of the game. So Carterville's back up 1, 43-42. Under 4 to go. Nice pass down low. Jonah Boston, right hand little finger roll is good. 15 for Boston. And it's under 4 to go. Back to a 1-point lead for the Bulldogs. Valerius has it. Works around. Left-hand dribble, top of the key, gets it to Henderson. The 6'4 forward, top of the circle to Campbell, who works backdoor pass to Justin Johnson. He gets his shot blocked by Jonah Boston. Everybody jumps up and yells. Big foul on Jonah Boston, his 3rd. But Justin Johnson's going to go to the line and shoot a couple of free throws.
Yeah, I think everybody in the gym thought that was all ball right there for the Sparta fans.
Fidel Campbell talks to assistant coach Dennis Trust here on the near side. Justin Johnson's at the line shooting the first of 2. And the first one is a little short. JJ struggled from the line. I know he's missed at least 3 here this evening from the stripe.
Got to hit these free throws down the stretch here.
They're free.
Yep.
They give them to you.
Yep. Stops the clock, everything.
Second one is on the way off the back of there, and he's really struggling here so far. He's got 12 in the game. We have a whistle and a foul. It's going to be on Fidel Campbell, a foul in the backcourt, his second. 16 fouls. So Bulldogs have a 1-point lead. They can extend that. Under 3:20 left in the contest. Out top, they work it back and forth between Dion Clark. Now they bring it right side back to Austin Connors. Wide open, Dion Clark thinks about the 3. Top of the key to Timberland Lucas. Back to Dion Clark, first from 3. And Fidel Campbell battles for the board. Carterville can look to regain the lead here. 2:30, under 3 to play. Campbell has the ball just stripped from behind. He didn't see the defender come up behind him, and taking it the other way. They miss the bunny. The ball's down low. Carterville controls, and quickly they can get out in transition. Dylan Valerius leaves it for Tyler Biddle, pumps underneath, shoots out of bounds off of the Bulldogs. Carterville basketball.
Got a little break here after 3. The Pinckneyville leads Nashville 36-31, a good Mississippi game.
Yeah. They should win. They're the conference champions. Yep. The Pinckneyville Panthers are. Nice season by Coach Bob Wagner and the Panthers. Tyler Biddle's 3 from the right side, no good. And it's the Bulldogs that come away with the ball. They have the 1-point lead, 2:20 remaining. Can Sparta get their first conference win this evening against these Carterville Lions? Can the Lions get their second conference win of the season? We'll find out here in the final 2:20 as the Bulldogs have the 1-point lead and they're holding the ball. Carterville dropped back into his zone, but they're going to pick it up and come out man-to-man now. They match up on the floor, Biddle, Campbell, Johnson, Valerius, and Henderson as there's a whistle and a foul. It's going to be on Fidel Campbell. That's the third foul on Fidel. Getting lots of compliments, Christian, saying you're doing a good job tonight.
Thank you. It's good to be here.
I appreciate you filling in, and you really have done a good job.
Yes, sir.
Plus, you bought me a beverage at half. How awesome is that? You got the job. That's better than Scott. He'll go get it, but he never buys. At the line is Jonah Boston. He's going to be shooting a couple of free throws. They look to extend the lead here. Just over 2 minutes left. First free throw is good. 6'4", he's got a kind of a big lean back free throw style. Arches his back like he's jumping high jump in track.
I'm just really curious how the Lions do here down the stretch. I mean, the AJ game a little bit ago at home, I mean, they just didn't finish it off. Really need to win here.
Can they hold their poise? That's the key. They're in a tight game, and they need to figure out how to win games like this. 45-43, Bulldogs a 2-point lead, under 2 to go here in river-to-river conference action. Dylan Valerius toward the left elbow, needs some help, finds Campbell out on the left wing, back to Johnson. He takes it behind the back at the elbow, backs it up. Carterville's going to reset. Tyler Biddle, right side now to DV Dylan Valerius on that right wing. 1:32 remaining, 90 seconds on the clock, a whistle and a foul. It's going to be on Sparta's Carlos Keene. That's the second on Keene. Oh, they call it the other way. Fidel Campbell got into the back, I think. That's the fourth now. And we have a timeout that is taken by Sparta. It is a full timeout as well. Sparta, the 2-point lead with about 90 seconds left in the contest here on News Radio WJPF.
We're going to try to get through the first game with 2 breaks, right?
Yes, sir.
I'm going to start in our first game except for Jersey right away.
All right.
The Sparta Dental Group in Marion is announcing a new in-office dental discount plan. The plan was designed for patients who don't have dental insurance or their employer no longer provides it. An enrollment fee makes you automatically a member. You and your family can start saving right away. There are instant benefits such as 1 emergency exam, 2 routine exams, and cleanings and x-rays. Also, you will be eligible for dental discounts on procedures such as fillings, root canals, crowns, and more. Call the Settle Dental Group or visit them online at settledentalgroup.com.
Back here at Sparta, Carterville finds himself in a tough position as they're down 2 with 92 seconds remaining in the game. And Sparta, man, they're putting the pressure on the Lions. How was Carterville going to respond? As it's the foul on Campbell gave the ball to the Sparta Bulldogs. Carterville picking up full court pressure. And Sparta having some issues trying to get across the timeline. They finally do. They get it into Timberland Lucas, and he dribbles out around the top of the key. Tyler Biddle on him defensively. Connor Henderson comes out and guards Deion Clark. 1:12 on the clock. Sparta's basketball in the white. The ball's tipped from behind. It's saved, and then Johnson gets it. They force a turnover. JJ takes it to the rack, loses his footing. And they call Justin Johnson on the travel. That's 10 turnovers, Christian, on the Lions in the second half. Double what they had in the first.
It's
frustrating, isn't it? It really is. They just battled the turnover bug all season long. Valerius is going to check out, comes to the bench, gets a hand slap from Austin Garvey. Length of the floor to go. The Bulldogs, the 2-point lead as we have a charging foul. That is on the Sparta Bulldogs. I believe that was on Carlos Keene as he just ran over the top of, is that Johnson?
Yes.
The handle as Tyler Biddle has the ball slapped away. They're just not careful. They're thinking they can just hand it to their guy, and we've got a blocking foul on Fidel Campbell. That's going to be number 5 on Fidel as he fouls out. and it's going to put the Bulldogs, Jonah Boston, at the line. He can extend this lead. They get the bucket and the foul. So this is shooting for the and one, and Carterville finds themselves down 4, maybe 5, with 38 seconds left.
Ooh, here's a close one in the Mississippi. AJ edges DuQuoin 66-65.
That's a final?
Yep.
66-65 for
overtime win.
Anna Jonesboro. Sparta's on the verge of getting their first conference win this evening. At the line, Jonah Boston shooting the and one to extend the lead to 5. Off the back of the iron, no good. Carterville's Justin Johnson gets the rebound. Carterville's got to do something here. They're down 4 with 30 seconds remaining. Valerius, a little right-hand floater off the back of the iron, bounces around, no good. Boston gets the rebound, and Sparta has the ball and a whistle and a foul on the Lions. Sparta can feel it. Sparta can feel it. Those players are excited. Tyler Biddle gets his second foul of the game. At the line is going to be number 4, Dion Clark. He's got 7 at the game. Excuse me, that's 42. That's Timberland Lucas. He's got 13 in the game. First free throw is on the way. Shorts. As Carterville's in the double bonus, or excuse me, Sparta's in the double bonus. 4-point lead, 22 seconds left. 22 seconds. Second free throw is good. He's got 14. Carterville's down 5. 20 seconds left. Dylan Valerius quickly into the front court. Double dribbles. Another turnover. I think that's going to do it, buddy. Sparta's going to get their first conference win of the season.
It's just so frustrating. I mean, Carterville's up, I think it's 7 points going into the fourth.
Yep.
We got all control in the game, and then now it's just.
Hey, you got to give it to these Sparta Bulldogs.
Nope.
They have not quit tonight.
Nope.
And they put the pressure. They forced Carterville into 17 turnovers on the evening. And the Bulldogs are going to get their very first conference win of 2018. How about that? So I think we're going to keep it right here as we have 16 seconds left. And it's 48-43 with 16 seconds left in this contest. And I know that Coach John Norton is going to be a happy camper when he comes up here to talk to their radio guy. And Shane Hawkins is very frustrated. He's sitting in front of his Carterville Lions, giving some final instructions here. Carterville is going to see their conference mark fall to 1-8. Sparta is going to see their conference mark climb to 1-8.
It just, I mean, kind of speechless. I mean, the Lions come in, I mean, almost 9 and 9 out. Really good effort. I mean, most of the time, and just can't seem to win. It's just one of those years, it seems like.
Yeah. The first conference win for the Sparta Bulldogs.
Looks like Heron was up on West Frankfort 56-40. Not sure if that's final yet.
Updating some scores here online to let everybody know what's going on.
Yeah. AJ again, the big one, 66-65 over DuQuoin in overtime.
16 seconds left. The length of the floor to go. Sparta gets it in. And they break the press. And with 12 seconds left, it's going to be at the line for the Bulldogs. (48-43), chance to extend it for the Bulldogs. At the line is Timberland Lucas. He's got 14. First one is good. He's got 15. Got our Wild Hog postgame show coming up. We're going to name our Joe's Lawn Care and Snow Removal star of the game. Second one is going to be on the way from Timberland Lucas, the sophomore. At the stripe. First, it's on the way. He's got 16 points as he makes that one.
16 on
12 seconds. Carterville down 7. Into the front court. Tyler Biddle fires from 3. Top of the key. Off the iron. No good. Ball's controlled on the rebound by Sparta. That's going to do it. 50-43. They back it out. And Sparta picks up their first conference win of the season. And I tell you what, you got to give them credit. Coach John Norton and the Sparta Bulldogs, they win this game here at home for their first conference win of the season. Stay tuned. Our Wild Hog postgame show is coming up next on News Radio WJPF.
We're going to go 2 minutes and a Joe's 90.
All right. Thank you. What's that? Okay.
Need a bank that is available when you are? At SIRR, we offer digital banking options that allow you to do banking 24/7. Download our app on your mobile device for mobile check deposit, bill pay, and more. Apply for a mortgage, make easy and secure online loan payments, or shop securely using digital wallet products and Visa checkout. For a business, we offer a wide range of digital business products as well.
I still think we ought to give it to Fidel.
Was it 14?
Yeah. Welcome back to Sparta. It's Dave McKenzie with my partner here this evening, Christian Rollinson, the senior, who just signed with Lindenwood Belleville to play football in the fall. And thank you first off for filling in for Scott tonight, who couldn't be here. But man, the Sparta Bulldogs, they just shock these Carterville Lions and earn their first conference win of the season, a 50-43 win over the Carterville Lions. And you have to give it to the Sparta Bulldogs here in the game. They forced the pressure on the Lions. Carterville couldn't respond. They had a 7-point lead at the end of 3. The Lions did, but Sparta fought back during the 4th, and they earned the 7-point win for the final.
Yeah, it's just, again, another close game down the stretch that we just couldn't pull off. I mean, had trouble with those, and it's hard to compete when you're not in them very often.
It was Heron knocking off West Frankfort this evening. Let's see here. What was that? 70-46. That is a final. Yep. As Coach Shane Hawkins joins us here on the post-game show, and I'm going to run down our scoring here in just a couple of minutes. Coach Hawkins. Turnovers, again, killed our Lions this evening, and Sparta did a nice job taking advantage of those turnovers.
Yeah, our turnovers led to layups, and that's where they score. This is and always has been a game of skill. It's dribble, pass, catch, and shoot, and when you struggle in all 4 of those areas, it makes it really difficult to get a win. And we had stuff at the rim we didn't finish. I know of 2 shots in the second half, we went to the rim, and we went to shoot it without our eyes on the rim. And it's hard to make it that way.
It is.
But we dribbled ourselves into trouble because we have to look at it when we dribble. It's a skill game, and our skill level's not very good right now, so we'll go back to work on it Monday.
And you got to give credit to the Bulldogs because they got up and put pressure on the Lions, got into the chest defensively, forced the turnovers, and the other side of that, Coach, was they were actually able to take it down and convert those turnovers into points.
Yeah, dead ball turnovers don't hurt you as much because you get a chance to set your defense.
Right.
And live ball turnovers lead to what they call in hockey odd man breaks, and they had a lot of odd man breaks. They had a lot of 2-on-1s, 3-on-2s, and they had high percentage shots, and really high percentage shots, and they capitalized enough of them.
When I think back about this, Carterville got the win over Sparta back in January and basically won that game in the same fashion that Sparta won here tonight. Yeah,
they turned it over quite a bit and led to some transition. We had some easy baskets there and wasn't able to get them to turn it over tonight. Big week for the Lions as they hit the road Tuesday to take on Harrisburg. On Friday, the Panthers come in to Carterville for the final conference game of the season. What's your thoughts as you're looking at the last three wins? Or the 3 games of the season, and it's not going to be an easy task. No, they're 3 really good teams. Harrisburg's really, really good. We got one of the 2 or 3 Division I players in Southern Illinois and Salisbury, who's really, really good. Peatneyville's as good as there is in the southern half of the state, regardless of what class. And Heron's been up and down, and when they're up, they're really, really good. And they'll be jacked to play us here in a couple weeks. Coach Shane Hawkins joining us here on the postgame show. Thank you, Coach. Thank you, guys. Be safe. It was 50-43. The Sparta Bulldogs, they earned their first conference win of the season, Christian Rollinson, and that is one frustrated head coach.
It's hard not to when you, only won 3 games this year.
Yeah.
It's tough to do.
And to lose it in the fashion the way they have.
And you got to think here, that's the thing about any type of sport. You're winning or losing, but you're still practicing every single week. You're putting the work in. It's just tough to do.
Absolutely. We're going to have to choose our Joe's Lawn Care and Snow Removal start of the game, and you and I talked at the break. We could go a couple of players for the Sparta Bulldogs. You got to give Jonah Boston credit. He scored 18 points in the game for Sparta. Tamerlan Lucas basically iced the game for the Bulldogs late. He winds up with 16. But tonight, I really would like to give our Joe's Lawn Care start of the game to Fidel Campbell, who came into the game. He played hard. 14 points for Fidel is what I had. He winds up fouling out. But you have to give credit to Fidel this evening in the contest because he helped keep Carterville in it. Coming in at half, he had the first 3 buckets of the half.
Yeah, that was my pick at the half when he about only had 6. But he came out, hustled the whole game. It was just really good effort from him. So, yeah, I agree.
Fidel Campbell is our Joe's Lawn Care and Snow Removal star of the game. Rain or shine, sleet or snow. Call Joe. Call 534-8148. Owned and operated by Joe and Lindsay McCann at Carterville. They've been in business for over 20 years, and they specialize in commercial and residential lawn care, landscape maintenance, tree trimming, snow removal, customer-oriented business, and not your typical rush-in, rush-out service that you're going to find with a lot of other lawn care services around the area. They will take care of you and your lawn with everything they've got. They specialize in commercial, residential lawn care, landscape maintenance, spring and fall cleanup, snow removal. Keep them in mind. Rain or shine, sleet or snow, you can call Joe. Call 534-8148. Fidel Campbell is our Joe's Lawn Care star of the game. Why don't you put a wrap on our game here this evening?
I thought it was really, we fought hard till the end. It was really, really good from, both sides. Entertaining. That was one
Absolutely.
thing. That was one thing we were curious to see. How much of a good game it would be, but we just fell short. Again, it doesn't get any easier next week coming up.
We'll go on and take another break, and when we come back, we'll wrap up this broadcast as it was the Bulldogs upsetting the Lions here tonight. They earned their first conference win of the season, 50-43. We'll be back. Post-game show next continues on News Radio WJPF.
for the holidays, now the SIU credit unions come like your New Year fair. Now till February 28th, transfer your high interest balances to an SIU credit union Visa World Card and receive an interest rate of 3.9% APR for 12 months and no cash transfer fees. Stop at any SIU credit union location or go online at siucu.org for information.
SIU Credit Union, where Southern Illinois belongs. Membership required. All loans subject to credit approval. Federally insured by NCUA.
Back here at Sparta, they earned their first conference win of the season, 50-43 over the Carterville Lions, and Carterville is back at home or on the road Tuesday at Harrisburg. Friday, they'll take on the Panthers at home, and then the following Friday, it'll be the final game of the season, senior night for the Lions at Carterville. Christian Rollinson, thank you for filling in for Scott Hudson tonight. I appreciate it. You did a great job, man.
Yes, sir. Thanks for having me. I mean, I had a fun time tonight. A great time to be up here. Never seen Sparta before, but thank you for having me.
Yeah, did a fine job. We're going to talk to you Tuesday from Harrisburg. Thank you so much for tuning in. For my producer, engineer, Brian, our pal, back at the studio, from Christian Rollinson, filling in for Scott this evening. I'm Dave McKenzie. We'll talk to you Tuesday from Saline County here on News Radio WJPF. Be careful. Thanks, buddy. Talk to you later. We will. Thank you.